We Germans, we love to be reasonable. And it's same thing like in other lectures. It's not that we are really reasonable. We try to look like reasonable. We want to be perceived as reasonable. That's really hardwired into our culture. We are the guys who are efficient and effective and everything, and we have process for everything, you know? So we are not like the gut type, like Italians or French people, you know what I mean? For us, it's important to be reasonable. And if a manager has a idea, or he tells you what to do, he will always have a reason in the background. That doesn't mean that the reason really exists. In German culture, it's just not good to decide out of your gut or out of your experience. For example, old people, we don't respect old people very much. In other cultures, old people are really the best because they have so much experience. In other culture, experience is nothing, and old people are not worth so much. I'm really sorry to tell that, yeah, but it's true. And the people who are young and fresh and logic and fast thinking and smart, that are the people. In many companies, the bosses are younger than their employees, because if somebody gets a little bit older, he often gets replaced by a younger guy, you know, because he's more smart and reasonable and everything. So you have to keep that in mind. Of course, it can be really funny, as I told already, if you have a strong feeling that this is the right decision. You can just make an argument that explains that in a reasonable way. But as you can think, that's possible with every argument. So I can give you any argument, and then I can explain a logical chain for that or against that. And then it's who is the best, you know, guy who can explain his arguments best, who will win the whole conversation, right? So you come to a conclusion, and you always have to have the chain in mind. I got from A to B, and so on and so on. And that's the reasoning. So that's what you have to explain later. To give you a more concrete and more funny example, you cannot just go around and tell, you know, I come here with bike because I like bike more, you know. Instead of driving to the office with a car, I just come to the office with a bike. Easy, right? But we Germans, we don't like to accept that. We question everything. And then we will ask why, and are you sick, or is the car too expensive for you? Maybe you cannot afford it, you know. We will ask questions like this. And because everybody knows that these questions will come, we explain everything in advance. So I would say, you know what? I bought a MacBook Air. And before questions come, I would say, it's because I got this super deal, and I just bought it for 800 instead of 1,000 euro, you know? And I can work faster, and I will save 1 hour each week or each day, and I will be super creative, and I will earn money. And so you have to explain everything and have 1,000 reasons. And after that, the people will say, yeah, good that you bought it. And of course, that can be really funny, because you have to explain yourself all the time. You cannot just buy something and say, you know, I bought that expensive beverage because I like it. And then you have to explain, yeah, because my doctor taught me so, you know. So that can be really funny. And that means for you, if you work with somebody in Germany, you should always try to reason everything. I mean, not that you fight with him for his reasons. I personally don't like that. But if you come to a conclusion and you explain, I would like to run this strategy, then you should explain why, and you just use any argument. Just do something that makes sense and explain everything. Otherwise, people just won't believe you.